Earth 3145. After the shocking reveal that Uncle Ben is this Earth spider totem, we discover that he has hid in the bunker ever since a bomb prematurely blew up this world. To the superior Spider-Man's surprise, the bomb that laid waste to this Earth was built by this world's incarnation of Dr. Octopus. After the loss of his nephew Peter and his wife May by the hands of the Emerald Elf, Benjamin Parker is now a shadow of a great man that he once was. While the Spider Army engage in conversation, Silk and Spider-Gwen decide to teleport away to Loom World to rescue Spider-Woman. The Spider-Man of India begins to feel inferior compared to all of his other incarnations, but Spider-UK consoles him, offering much needed courage to this young hero. The conversation shifts from Uncle Ben to the scrolls that Spider-Woman had sent to her teammates. The superior Spider-Man activates his personal hologram butler, Anna Maria, in an attempt to decipher the unreadable text, but unfortunately the hologram yielded inconclusive results. 616 Spider-Man, the true Peter Parker, recognizes Anna Maria and mentions her name. This fact shocks the superior Spider-Man to the bones. He now knows that he is indeed from the past, and the present Spider-Man stands right in front of him. Doc Ock now knows that he would evidently lose to Peter Parker. In a turn of fate, Anya, the Spider-Girl, is successful in reading the scroll. We discover that the spiders would be the key to ending the Inheritor's reign. But that win would not come to pass till 1,000 years from now. That gives the Inheritors 1,000 years to end the Spider Totems. We further discover that in order to stop future Spider Totems' births, the Inheritors need the blood of the Other, the Scion, and the Bride. After performing a ritual that would most likely end the 3 Spider Totems' lives, no future Spider Totems would be born in the multiverse, which would result in securing the future of the Inheritors. The Inheritor family got Benji, but fortunately for the army, they do not have Silk or Kane. After radioing Silk, the army discovers that she is now in Loom World, the home world of the Inheritors. Earth 802, Genex's cloning facility has been destroyed and the Scarlet Spiders have fulfilled their mission, but the price is too high and the Scarlet Spider Ben Reilly is now dead. Stricken by grief, Kane Parker teleports to Loom World to avenge his fallen brother, leaving the Black Widow behind. Earth 001, Loom World, the Inheritors have detected the overpowering set of Kane and Silk. Lord Solus gives the command and the greatest hunt of all for the Inheritors begins. Back on Earth 3145, Anya has a plan B in mind and takes a small battalion of Spider Totems to see her plan through. After discovering that Kane has also arrived on Loom World, Spider-Man radios into every single member of the Spider Army to converge on the Inheritors' home planet. This is it, all hands on deck. The Inheritors have Benji in custody and the Scion, plus the Bride has gone behind enemy lines without backup. Spider-Man 2099 receives the distress call, but needs 5 more minutes to finish something that could change the tide of battle. Black Widow has commandeered Genex's facilities and informs the team that they can freely radio each other without fear of Genex listening in. But she is stranded and needs someone to pick her up. Suddenly, Miles Morales and his Web Warriors resumes radio contact and has offered the Black Widow a ride to fight in a battle that could very well be their last. Loom World, a pissed-off Kane arrives with the Inheritor family waiting for him. He transforms into a hulking man-spider and takes out a few Inheritors. Lord Solus has waited centuries for this battle. He has never felt more alive. But before he can take his first shot, Kane strikes the Inheritor father down. Stricken by grief by the death of his father, Morlun incapacitates Kane. Even with the death of his father, Morlun must continue the ritual to secure the legacy of his family. Elsewhere on Loom World, Verna and her hounds of goblins have discovered the location of Spider-Woman, Silk, and Spider-Gwen. The Inheritor twins arrive as well, and the battle to claim the Bride begins. Back on Earth 3145, Uncle Ben is needed to join the army, but because of his failures, he feels incompetent. Peter unsuccessfully tries to motivate his uncle from this Earth, but in a twist of fate, the superior Spider-Man achieves his goals and wins over Uncle Ben. He now suits up to join the army in a war to save the Spider-Verse. What's going on, guys? Welcome to Comic Island. My name is Joey, and oh my god, we got the Amazing Spider-Man issue 13 to talk about. Seriously guys, it's like Christmas morning every single time an Amazing Spider-Man issue gets released. So let's dive right into what works so well for me. Take a look at the cover art. This beautiful art piece perfectly portrays what the feel of this issue will be all about. Even though we can't see any Spider Totem's face, and in knowing what they went through in the safe zone, I can already feel the tension and desperation, and I love that. So we continue right after the huge cliffhanger from last issue, and we get to see this universe's Uncle Ben. Obviously, nothing is surprising. He is the Spider Totem of this Earth, and his family got killed by the Emerald Elf, aka the Green Goblin. By the way, I love that change of name. So we now have a very depressed Uncle Ben that could be seen as useless. But what was super shocking after we discover his past was the fact that in this Earth, Doc Ock caused the end of the world. Peter Parker is always the star of the show, but I love this little bit of revelation. I can only imagine what's going on in Doc Ock's mind. But as you may know, this isn't the end of the Superior Spider-Man in this issue. We will get into more Dr. Octopus discussion in a bit later. But right now, let's discuss the prophecy. I don't know much about Anya, the Spider-Girl, so I have no clue as to how she deciphered the scrolls, but we now know what the Inheritors know. They plan on sacrificing 3 Spider Totems to stop new Spider Totems from ever being born in the multiverse, and it's up to Peter Parker and his Spider Army to see that they fail. If I had long nails, I would have bitten them off long ago. This is getting super exciting. So let's entertain the idea of the Inheritors winning the war, and there is now no more new Spider Totems being born. What are they gonna eat? Genix has a point when he was trying to preserve the Spider Totems by cloning them. So from my understanding, in the Marvel Universe, there are animal totems that the Inheritors must feed off to survive. Black Panther being one of them. I guess they will remove one food source from the diet to ensure their survival. Okay, I'll buy that. Now what I don't buy is the fact that Kane took out Lord Solus that easily. We know Cosmic Spider-Man to be a god, and he lost to Solus. We have to assume that once Lord Solus left the safe zone, he lost the Enigma Force that gave Cosmic Spider-Man those godly powers. So that makes it a bit more fair, but from the looks of it, Lord Solus got punctured through the body and fell dead. Obviously he couldn't be cloned anymore thanks to the Scarlet Spiders, but still I wanted a bit more from this battle. But then again, I have speculated that Morlun would be the last Inheritor to die, so we will have to wait to see what happens next. So I want to go over a few quick points that I liked and didn't like in this issue before discussing my favorite part. Take a look at this flashback scene. The image of Uncle Ben walking away from his suit thrown in the trash bin is iconic to the world of Spider-Man. We saw this in so many Spider-Man promo images. Miles went through the same thing. It seems like if you want to be a Spider-Man, you gotta have to go through a time in your life where you would give up the suit by throwing it in a dumpster in some rainy alley. So the scene with Spider-Man from India and Spider-UK felt like a filler. We never saw much of Spider-Man from India after he was recruited by the Superior Spider-Man. The scene felt like a character build-up, but it is now so late in the Spider-Verse, and I don't really care. Character build-up should have been saved for the Edge of Spider-Verse or an earlier issue, but they can redeem the scene by giving Spider-Man from India a pivotal role at the end. Okay, finally, we have reached the good stuff. Doc Ock now knows the truth and that he will lose at the end. Holy cow, I got goosebumps when I was reading through that part. But then we see Doc Ock do something totally unexpected. He was successful in motivating Uncle Ben to don the spider suit and join the army. I honestly never thought I would see this happen. I know that the Superior Spider-Man would have to work with the Amazing Spider-Man, but this scene blew my mind. Chalk one up for the Superior Spider-Man fans. After a scene like this, I would assume that the Superior Spider-Man is now a fan favorite. I know how controversial the Superior Spider-Man's run is. You either love him or you don't. So this is my question for you. If you didn't like the Superior Spider-Man, did this issue change your mind? So thank you so much for watching my review of the Amazing Spider-Man issue 13. And as always, if you enjoyed this video, please like, subscribe, and I'll see you next time for the finale of the Spider-Verse in the Amazing Spider-Man issue 14.